Here we go. All ones.
Welcome, chummers, to my information highway of knowledge. Today we'll be discussing a very special type of rigger, those mad men and women who ride the lost and dangerous roads of the Sixth World in their modified rigs. Yes, we'll be discussing the road warriors and cyber cowboys called Panzer Jocks. After the year of chaos, the world was ravaged by change, as magic twisted not just meta-humanity, but the land itself. This, coupled with the VTOS outbreaks, caused many rural communities to be wiped out. Those communities that remained were soon confronted with the ravages of the Great Ghost Ants War, and then faced with deportation after the Treaty of Denver, which led to the balkanization of North America. This balkanization caused much of the world's population to be moved into the massive urban centers we now call sprawls. This mass depopulation caused much of the rural areas of North America to become tracts of wilderness overrun with paracritters. A perfect environment for smugglers and coyotes to operate running the vague borders of the Sixth World. These crazy riggers who run these often dangerous and illegal routes with their souped up and heavily modified vehicles are called Panzer Jocks. Panzer Jocks are specialized runners who use the same tools and skills as your run-of-the-mill rigger, but they combine them with a heavily modified Panzer, which makes the perfect vehicle to haul cargo to the most desolate, dangerous, and often overlooked areas of the map. Many rural communities, both old and new, depend upon these Panzer Jocks to move goods, just like the Pony Express of old. There are a few kinds of Panzer Jocks out there, each of them running different types of cargo and routes, but the most common is the supplier. Nowadays, most travel and legit cargo is moved by Stratoliner or ship, but not everyone can afford a Stratoliner, and most rural communities can't afford an enclosed rail system like the tier. So someone is needed to supply these isolated communities by other means. These are the modern truckers of the Sixth World moving legit cargo through dangerous areas. These Panzers and their Jocks ready to fight off go gangs, bandits, and even Shadowrunners when the need arises. But more than likely, when you're thinking of a Panzer Jock, you're thinking of those men and women who are moving illicit goods across country or through those pesky border crossings and checkpoints unnoticed. Often these Jocks will be involved in high-speed chases with go gangs and law enforcement, so their modified Panzers will often carry more than just heightened stealth packages and souped-up engines. They'll also include some of the best firepower and armor they can afford, making them very deadly enemies on and off-road. Not all Panzer Jocks travel the roads outside the sprawl. Some work the most dangerous routes inside the Plex, specializing in getting people in and out of the most filthy and violent barrens, the kinds of places the most hardened corpo cop refuse to go. But these urban Panzer Jocks do so much more than just move cargo and people in and out of places that gangs make dangerous. Some work as coyotes who can get you on and off of corporate extraterritorial properties like arcologies or even corpo black sites if the Union's good enough. Others run armored taxi services like Black Flag Cab out of Germany, who will fight the wrecking crew roadblocks and the go gangs to get you where you need to be. But these do not come cheap and often make good money with Shadowrunners with a no questions asked policy. In the shadows, Panzer Jocks will make a good wheelman for any runner team, not only for their skill at the wheel, but because their Panzers are so customized they'll make Spy Hunter look like a hose. The only downside is often the team's Union will end up being funneled into a Panzer, leaving the team asking why they let the Panzer Jock run the finances.